7 plus plus.
We are making the impossible possible.
7 plus plus.
We are making the impossible possible.
Who are we?
Victors.
Who are we?
Victors.
The day started well, actually at 8 a.m. when the Motivation Speaker Ambassador Wambugu arrived, and I was happy to had informed the team of teachers to take care of the lessons early in the morning, so we may not have lost a lot, because from 5 a.m. some of our teachers were engaging the learners. And so when we settled in the hall for this very important day, I want to confess that we have achieved our initial objective of touching the learner positively. We pray that as he engages us today, remember we have shared everything, we have syllabuses to cover. I pray that we make the most of this day. So allow me, with all due respect, with a lot of humility therefore, to present to you one ambassador wa Kamau. Karibu sana. Makofi mazuri.
So many of you think that you are in school just for academic performance. That is very wrong to think about that. You are taught over 180 things that will not be examined by that paper you sit for 2 hours. For example, the way you dress. When you are taught to come here and pray, that one will not come in your exam, but you are being taught to be spiritual, upright. When you are taught about drug abuse is bad, maybe whether you take drugs or not, NEC does not care, you still sit for your exam, isn't it? But even if you got an A and you are a smoker and a drunkard, you will not make it in life. I want you to change your mind and discover that you can be somebody, and discover that there's so much going on here about life.
We would like to advise you not to be influenced by your fellow students. Jana kuja hapa, karibia. Mwenda tezi na homo.
Jua kwa na heri.
Jana cho jingo navuta bangi sahi. Yes, shamadeni. So, that effect of drugs makes people to make themselves see like they're big boys, and they cannot respect the other people.
When you take a drug, you may become, for example, you have been a good performer, then you start dropping.
When you start using drugs like heroin, it causes addiction, and you can't stop using it, and you lose it until to the death.
Hallucination. When you take drugs like alcohol, you start seeing your things hallucinating.
And indiscipline is the most bad thing, because it will lack that you will not do well in the exams, and also you will not perform well.
When you are taking drugs, you can have a stress, and they can have to lead you in first depression.
If you take bang, it may affect your lungs, and that may cause you a lot of money to pay in the hospital.
Today I learned that life is all about choices. The choices we are making, they are the ones which will make us prosper. What we choose is what we get. If we choose to be a failure, you will become a failure. If you choose to become a successful person, then you will be successful.
Have you ever heard, or have you ever asked yourself, what is life? Life is m squared is equals to h squared all over c. M squared meaning maternity, mortuary. Under that maternity and mortuary is choice, that's c, is equals to h squared. H squared is heaven and hell. In these Muruaki boys, as students, we are in between maternity and mortuary, under that being choice. So the choice that you make will depend where you will go, either heaven or hell.
Today we had a motivational speaker called Wambugu, and he told us about the choices we make will matter who will become in future. It will matter where you'll be buried, how you'll be buried, and what will happen to you after you have been buried, what will happen to you after the generation you have left.
We had a second session where we had the ambassador talking to our senior students, that is the Form 3 and the Form 4s, on how to manage examination, because it is now dawned on them that both classes will be sitting for KCSE next year. I want to pray that this will go down a very long way in helping them to actually prepare for the examination.
7 plus.
We are making the impossible possible.
7 plus.
We are making the impossible possible.
Who are we?
Victors.
Who are we?
Victors.
When that second session was done, we had a third session during which the ambassador has had time to speak to the staff, that is the teaching staff of the school. And I want to once again confess that they were equally touched. He talked about the type of teachers in the staff room. They talked about how to become successful. And I believe Wambugu is wired to actually transform persons.
We thank you, we really appreciate it. And we have not stopped. Personally, the learning is a continuous process. It will never come to an end.
So I want to say that Wambugu has been of great use, has been of great importance for us. He has actually challenged us, and I'm sure Muruaki is going to be different.
When I look at you, I don't even see a 7. I see beyond. Because I believe when you are working with men, by the way, with a man behind you, you are able to move forward. So when we were left with the boys' school, I knew we were going somewhere, and we knew it would become so much easier. What went wrong along the way, we are going to correct that. Boys support us. We are going to correct that, and we have got to get somewhere.
Rafiki yangu hapa akaniambia mimi umeniamsha asubuhi nasikia baridi kwenda kitchen nimefugwa, akaniambia aje, nikamwambia idea tupande huko kwa school moto, pengine tunaweza saidika kiasi, ndio bana.
I thought forever you say that you love me, but that will last forever. It's cold outside, like when you walk on my life, when you walk on my life.
Ila na wateso utadhani ni corona, kushikana washika utadhani mimi ni homa, waribe wanabonga vile mimi na wachoma. Sikiza, tuna head kama mimi ni koma, sina homa, ni kukata tu madoma, niko sisi ni munches na bado tutasonga. Shusha kibanda skina, bado mimi ni fomo, na razi si mapedina, bado na kigura.
Yule na panganga ni Maulana, na so siwezi ngoja mpaka vile tutaona na 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 na.
Kwako nimechizika mse nimepiga ngoe, mimi na feel too connected kama wifi. Mimi nataka nikutunze kama rungu ya Masai, tutembee tu na wewe yani side mpaka side. Napenda my lips juu ya vile unavyokaa, napenda my hips juu ya vile unavyovaa. Alafu kinikiss kalili na kumiss girl, I'm your mister, you are my miss. Napenda my lips juu ya vile unavyokaa, napenda my hips juu ya vile unavyovaa. Alafu kinikiss kalili na kumiss girl, I'm your mister, you are my miss. Super